G'day guys, James here from Carbon Off-Road. Now today I want to specifically talk to you about our MT2.0 monotube shock absorber range. In front of me here we have a monotube shock absorber from the range as one of our rear shocks. Now these are being developed for your Ranger, your Hiluxes, your Tritons, that kind of stuff, your dual cab utes. And also we've got them for our Prados, Fortuners, your full size body wagon style four-wheel drives. So let's just go through our range of shock absorbers and also our features. So first of all, let's start from the outside and work our way from the outside to the inside. First of all, we've got upgraded eyes. So you can see how thick these eyes are. They're probably about 4mm thick in material. They're fusion welded and also supplementary welded on the side here. You can see all our shocks are robot welded as well around the outside. And if you just have a look at this port enables us to degas the shock because these shocks are rebuildable. So you can completely tear these apart, rebuild everything inside, change the valve code, all that kind of stuff, and put them all back together. So now you'll notice that this shock isn't upside down. It is actually the correct way up, being that this is a monotube and it runs upside down basically. So we have the fluid inside of here and the piston. We also have the nitrogen gas charge in here. Now what separates those two is a deflective disc. So this is an internal floating piston and that runs in between here. And so what that does, it adds an extra level of comfort that like a twin tube shock absorber can't achieve. So basically, as this shaft pushes up the piston, this moves up and down and gives that little bit extra comfort and compresses the gas inside of the shock absorber tube. So, which is a really nifty feature for an internal floating piston shock absorber, and it just makes that shock that much nicer. So on the outside, as we just said, 52mm outer body, 46mm piston and 3mm sidewalls. Now it's also got a 20mm shaft, which is quite big, but it needs it so those side loads don't bend shafts. So now shocks are designed to suit 2 to 3 inch raised height vehicles, so they are longer travel than your standard shock, which is great. Now let's have a look on the inside. Here we are, we have a shock that's been pulled apart. This is the body and this is the shaft and so on. And so you can see we run a Teflon banded seal on our piston, and it's backed by a replaceable O-ring as well that puts pressure on the Teflon banded seal. And you can see that there's venturis and so on in that piston area there. So, and you can see all the different shims and the shim stacks that make up the valve code to give you that comfortable ride. Now moving on from there, we have a guide and also a seal housing. Now we'll just pull those apart. We can just undo those. Now inside of this is a double lip seal, and that prevents dust from getting in and fluid from getting out. But internal of this, there's a rod guide, and then inside of here, there's another O-ring which adds another layer of sealing, and then another double lip seal. So you have 5 layers of sealing to prevent any leakage, especially when you're running shock absorbers upside down. So there you go. So there's 5 layers of sealing internal there, and that just basically drops inside of here. And again, that is the internal floating piston that goes up inside there. So that's our shock absorber. Now we also have our strut. Now our strut is basically the same shock, but it has the ability to adjust the height and the preload of the core spring, so you can really dial in your ride without causing too much trouble simply by turning these. And they come with this handy C-spanner that you can easily just turn to lock it in. So there you go. Now they all have billet alloy spring seats and also adjusters, and they all come with the red boot. So there you have it guys, just a quick look into our MT2.0 monotube shock absorber range. You can check us out on the website, have a look for your vehicle. If the vehicle's not there, give us a quick call and we'll add it to our range. Thanks for watching, talk to you soon. Cheers guys.